Okay, so something is wrong with my Rapt, but I have purposely borked it to show you what I want to try to fix. So you might notice it right now, but it doesn't want to line up without me like making it line up. It's a bit off, right? Some people don't mind that. Some people aren't going to notice. Still works fine. It's all good. It's just, like my wife would never be able to take that because she's got OCD. So if she felt that like out of line like that, she'd have to fix it or just stop using it. So there's a pretty easy fix to it. I'm going to show you. But first, we're going to have to open it up. Okay, so I just threw some 2x4 strong in the plastic in because this problem is most common in the plastic. It's just because plastic seems to have a little bit more variance when it moves around, just ever so slightly. And the magnets have a little bit more room in their slots to move around. So what's going on there is that when you're putting the Rapt back together, they're shifting ever so slightly. When you have the top back on and then you slide it off of your mod plate, your piece of steel. Mod plate is what I'd like to call this because it sounds fancier. Anyway, so what you're going to want to do is you're really going to want to pay attention to the little half circle sort of notch there that fits right beside the screw hole. So I like to purposely sort of pull the magnets all the way out as far as I can away from it, because then when I take it and I push them all in towards the center and really get that to just fit right in there, all the magnets come with the insert at the same orientation. So I'm going to do that on all of these. Push it in there. You can even look down from the top and make sure you're lining up this, lining up this. Generally, you're just pushing it forward. I'm really trying to make sure everything lines up and stays in one place. Done on this one. Now this is another reason why it's really good to get a mod plate like this, because if you try to do this where you've done one side but this is still together on the other side and you just have this plate magnetized to the other plate, it's going to be harder to get it all perfect, because especially with the plastic, because with this you're keeping it all in one spot right there where it is on the plate. But if you take it and put it on the other plate, it's going to be influenced by where the other magnets are in there, and all of these on one side are just going to want to shift to whatever position those are. Until you have it screwed, they still have the tiniest little bit of play that they can move. So I hope I'm explaining that right. Like if you had this one, say you had this one all set, but it was just, a little bit out, and you had it screwed, and then you had this one and you magnetize it to that, and you went, okay, great. So now it'll be the same, but it will be the same because it's going to orientate to how this one is if it's like that. right? So really important to have a mod plate because you can just get it exactly how you want it right there. And then put all these on nice and carefully. So being very careful to just drop that on. Don't disrupt anything. Now, this is one of the important parts. You really want to be pressing down hard to kind of compress the foam dampeners and sort of simulate the tension that the screw is going to be providing to keep everything cinched together. And you're going to want to be sliding it off of your mod plate. So if you're worried about scratches, which you really don't need to with the Rapt slide plates, they honestly just get better the more worn in they get. But if you are worried about that, just put a little lens cleaner cloth down like this one. And then it slides really nice, no damage. So I'm pushing fairly hard till I get the edge. And then I'm applying a lot of pinchy pressure. I'm pinching really hard with this hand. Until I get that screw there. Now it's safe. Now it's not going to go anywhere. Same thing with this one. Push down really hard. Up. Now, in doing that, I haven't heard the magnet shift at all. And you'll hear them. You'll hear this tiny little movement or rattle if they've moved anywhere. Okay, let's see if I did anything. It's not perfect. It's hard to get it perfect with the plastic. Whoops. But it's sitting much better now when it moves. And anything that's shifted there now, that's probably not the inserts. It's just that the magnets, they have a little bit of movement that they can like dance on each other before snapping to the next position, right? What you really know that something's wrong is when you say you have the tiniest little bit sticking out and then you go to correct that. Oh, it just slid back on its own for me, see? I wonder if it'll do it again. See? I'm pulling it, but then... So that's a good sign that it's like, the magnets are like, no, that's where we want to be. But if you're, you know, putting it together and then you notice that there's something off and you go to push it back and then it goes, actually, no, I like living there. And it goes back, then you know, oh, okay, there's something off with the inserts inside. I should open it up and try to fix it. But this, now this is fine. This is totally within normal operating parameters. Yeah, anyway, that's just something that bugged me. In the beginning, I used plastic a lot, and then when you upgrade to aluminum and brass, I find it rarely happens. Rarely. I still go through the same procedure of putting the foam dampeners on, getting the body on, and applying that pressure as I slide it off. It's just like second nature now. But I don't even really have to I don't even look for it anymore and try to see if I got it right. I just sort of know that it's fine. But for those of you that are using plastic and like that sound and like that weight, I just wanted to share that in case you have run into that minor little issue that is so easily fixable. All right, happy clicking, guys. See you later.